Let's play some APBA golf. Welcome to another 2025 APBA Madness live stream. This is Joe Barrett's tournament. We've got Joe on the live stream tonight. We're having a couple of technical issues here with his connection. Hopefully you'll be able to see him and hear him clearly. Joe, please introduce yourself. And Joe may have frozen up.
I started playing this APBA Madness tournament with the top 16 in the world last year, and this is the second go round at it, and we're getting close. We've got Morikawa advancing to the finals, and he'll play the winner of the match you guys will play tonight at Magnolia, which is the Augusta National course. So looking forward to watching you guys do battle.
Okay, and I'll show the bracket in just a second. But before I do that, I also want to welcome James Jacobson tonight. Viewers who have watched previous matches will be familiar with James. How are you doing tonight, James?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for this. Sounds like fun.
Yeah. If I had Scotty Scheffler's card, I might say the same thing. Although, I'm playing with Rory McIlroy, and, his card isn't too shabby either. But there are differences for sure.
Won by one hole last week against like the number 6 person. So anything's possible.
Yep. So let me make us disappear. And I'm going to go ahead and show the bracket so that you can see where we are in the APBA Madness tournament. I know that I've circulated this via email. So, people who read their emails that I send out will already be familiar with this, but I anticipate that there are some people who might be watching this video, particularly at some future date, who might not have gotten that email or even know about that email. So let me come over here, and we'll go away. And there's the bracket that Joe was talking about. This is his 2025 APBA Madness tournament. Joe, approximately when did you start this tournament?
March of last year. I did it, and Wyndham Clark beat Victor Hovland in the final match.
Okay, and that would of course been the 2024 APBA Madness tournament, and this year you picked up with the 2024 APBA season cards to play the 2025 tournament, and you did that at the beginning of March as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this should finish in a week or so. After this match is done, we'll have a finals match. And I invite the winner of tonight's match to play against me in the finals match if you're available.
All right. And you already know who you're going to be. You're going to be Morikawa, right?
Yeah. And that was, again, I didn't talk a lot about that match between he and Wyndham Clark, but it was a back and forth match. Wyndham Clark had like 181 feet of putts. He went to play safe on like a 69 footer on the 16th hole, and the result came up of a 5, but he had a 4 clutch factor, which was in play on that hole. Took him down to 1. He made that putt to stay in the match all the way to the 18th hole. It was pretty thrilling. He chipped in one time, had a bunch of long putts, but what hurt him is he had 0 bounce backs. He had 4 momentums, but 0 bounce back. And on Colin Morikawa's card, I think he had a total of 7 bonus points between the two, and he used it to edge him out.
Okay, so you can't see everything on the screen at one time, but over on the left, which is kind of in a I don't know, it's indigo or violet color. And that's what you're looking at here would be player number 1, and player number 1 was Wyndham Clark, right? And then so player number 2 was Colin Morikawa over in green. And what I'm looking at here in Wyndham Clark, now even though Wyndham Clark was the loser of that match, I can see what you're talking about. So Clark had a putt. Let's see. Let me scroll down here a little bit farther. had a 67-foot putt that went in here on hole 16. That was the one that you mentioned. Looks like there was a chip in on hole 17 that you were talking about. So again, these are just things that I'm picking up from the notes that are in the scorecard on each game caddy. And then what Joe does and what we'll do tonight is he keeps he uses the comment section in the players' scorecard notes to indicate who's ahead. So once again, this is Clark, and this is Morikawa over here on the well, it's in the middle, but to the right of Clark's scorecard. And what you can see over here, that for hole 17, Morikawa was up by 1, and then he was able to hold that lead for hole number 18. So it's just a little bit different way of keeping score when you're doing match play. And that's the format that we'll use tonight as well. All right, so let me get rid of this one because this is an Excel worksheet. Is there anything further you want to say about this, Joe or James, before I close this? Because I don't want to have it open while we're using the game caddy, because that could create some problems with macros.
No, nothing
No,
here.
I think you got a great summary of that round.
Okay, and here was the 181 feet of putts that you were talking about for Clark. And then Morikawa had 93 feet of putts too. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and close that one. And now we see the game caddy. And, we're ready to go, essentially. I guess one other thing we could do real quickly, whoops, no, I don't want that. I want this, is to take a look at the two cards between Scotty Scheffler and Rory over here. Again, the 2024 season cards that just came out, a month, 6 weeks ago, something like that. And Scheffler, when you're doing match play, one thing that I've learned just from playing in this tournament is that the more momentum and bounce back points you have, the better off that you are, because the format is such that anytime you win a hole, you get to use your momentum point, and anytime you lose a hole, you get to use your bounce back point. So having 4 of these in each of those two categories gives you a pretty strong advantage over another player who doesn't have that. So we come over to Rory's card. You can see I'm already preparing my excuses in advance here for tonight's play. Rory, while he has a great card, he only has 2 momentum points to Scotty's 4, and he has no bounce back points. The other thing that I'll show here in the game caddy in just a second is that we're using the modified rule for working the ball, which means if you have an A rating in the direction in which you're working the ball and you get your average W or average I, depending on which club you're using, then the modified rule is that you work the ball perfectly, just the way that you planned. Which isn't the way that you would do it just using the normal Apple rules, but it's a homebrew rule that a lot of people have adopted, and we've adopted it for this tournament. So you can see that Scheffler has an A rating in both the left and the right direction, and Rory has an A rating in the right direction, but he has a B rating in the left direction, so he wouldn't get that advantage. Both these players have a goodly number of sand points, two for Scheffler, 3 for Rory. And then clutch points will come into play starting with the 16th hole, if I remember correctly, for the format of your tournament. Am I doing that right, Joe? You haven't modified that aspect of it, have you?
Points will apply anytime the match.
Yeah, well, Joe's having a little bit of audio difficulty, so he's gonna do something on his end to try to adjust that. While he's doing that, I'll just also mention that Scheffler has 4 scramble points, and McIlroy has 3. And we're going to be using tonight the original Magnolia course put out by APBA way back in the beginning. I think it was the first course that they produced after moving to the current version of the game. I'm not 100% positive about that. It was the course that came when I bought the game. It was actually included, and I know sometimes there's a rotation of courses that get that distinction. But this is a course that's been around for a long time. There's, of course, a newer version of the Magnolia course, Magnolia 2023, which is actually much easier to see and would be better. But neither James nor I have it. But I have seen it. So for the purposes of the tournament, this live stream, we need to use the original course that's there. Okay. And Joe, anytime you think your audio is repaired, just jump in and, with whatever comments you want to make.
Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry.
Perfect. Yep.
Yes.
Hear you good. Hear you better than before.
Yeah, I actually jumped off of Wi-Fi and I'm on just the cell now. So I'm dialing in from my phone. But the comment I wanted to make about clutch points is they are only in play if the match can be won or lost on any hole. So you might see the clutch points earlier than the 16th hole if the match is on the line on a particular hole.
That's right. I had forgotten that. Thank you for that clarification. And again, these are just rules that, Joe, you came up with these on your own, right? In terms of how to handle some of these things for the purposes of your tournament, or did you borrow these from someplace else?
Well, I really didn't. Match play is a little different, and the rules for especially clutch points, it didn't make a whole lot of sense the way it was just the 16th, 17th, 18th hole. So I adopted a few of my own rules for this format.
Okay. Yeah, because I have had people email me after these live streams and say, where does it say that in the APBA rules? And I'm like, no, it doesn't. This is just a modification to those rules that Joe's using, and we're all happy to adopt, certainly for the purposes of his tournament. Okay, so I'll come back over here to the Game Caddy. And just one little more bit of housekeeping before we tee off. Before we went on the air, and so this is going to be news to both Joe and James, I went ahead and did the usual dice rolls to determine what our conditions would be for this evening. So I wouldn't take time tonight doing it while we're broadcasting. We're going to be using pin number 5, and I've gone ahead and marked that on all of the holes with my little red marker. Unfortunately, we have blustery wind once again tonight. Yeah, even though this is only an H-rated course, I rolled, I think, a 63 or something. And so we ended up with blustery conditions. But we have normal course conditions, so there won't be any adjustments to the fairway or green roll based on that. And this is a standard course, so there's no prevailing winds and no particular wind type. I'll come over here to the configuration settings so that people can see what we're using for tonight's play. And this is consistent with what we've done in all the previous rounds in Joe's APBA Madness tournament. Joe, if I've misremembered something, please correct me before we move on. But we're using, of course, the master game rules with master lie types, the original setting for the alt, hole, and club distances, since we're not using LPGA players. As I mentioned, standard wind settings here. Here's one I got to change. Joe uses the modified dogleg procedure, which means that shots that pass through dog legs are affected regardless of whether they go through the inside or the outside of that dog leg. And if you look at the original course, and I'll pull up hole number 1 here shortly, this is actually a type B course, and this may be the first type B course that we've had in one of these live streams. And if I remember, I'll point out what makes it a type B course when we get to that. And then the other adjustments to the default settings The tree shot point of view, I believe you use the player's point of view. I already mentioned the work the ball for the A-rated players is modified. And then you also use the minimum WI shot roll modified to cut down on any backward rolls, which won't be an issue with normal course conditions, I don't think. Although we do have some greens with aprons here. And then the IR scramble, we're using the modified so that any scramble adjustment will also be applied to lies that are in the irregular rough. Did I miss anything or get anything wrong here, Joe, that you want me to fix while we're on this screen?
No, that's set up perfectly, Scott.
Okay, right. So we'll just go ahead and apply those. And James, I've got you. I did a dice roll to determine who would tee off first, and you won or lost, depending on how you think about it. You're going to be teeing off first in Caddy 1. And I had my sort of pinkish, orangish, salmon colored shirt on tonight, so I decided to go with Caddy 3. And we do need to do one more thing, and that we need you to pick your 3 clubs for Scotty.
Yeah, I'm going to do 3 wood, 5 wood, and 2 iron.
All right, and I've already done that for Rory. I'm using a 4 wood, 2 iron, and 3 iron. So let's go ahead and load hole number 1, and we're ready to go.
Yep.
And well, I'll get a little message here because I was playing around with this before. So we'll just say yes there. And we have blustery wind conditions, and we now have a variable tailwind for this hole. Let me go ahead and show the hole. All right, go over here. And here is the hole. Here's our pin location here, number 5. And you will recall that I said that this is a type B course. And even though this seems to be a little bit fuzzy, I don't know if I can make that any sharper or not. I have autofocus on, but this course squares are so tiny, it's a little bit hard to see. But what makes this a type B course for doglegs? Now, this is a gentle dogleg, so this dogleg isn't even going to come into play. But you'll notice that on the green side of that dogleg, you've got full squares, whereas on the T side, you have partial squares. And that's backwards from almost every other APBA course. But that makes this a type B versus a type A dogleg. And the distinction has to do with how balls roll through that dogleg. And I won't say anything more about that in the interest of time. All right. So these are Dr. Klein's notes that appear up here that start with a TC. And Joe, should we ignore those tonight and just stick with the ones that are written on the course boards? And we've lost Joe's sound again.
Yeah, I'm back, guys. I'll leave that up to you guys. I'll let you guys decide on what you want to do with the course notes.
James, do you have a preference?
I don't really know.
Yeah, and actually, they don't make a great deal of difference, and they add to the work that I've got to do. So I'm happy if we go ahead and just forget about those and use the ones that are on the course boards.
Sounds good to me.
And I see we've got some activity over here on the chat screen. Hello, Guy. How's it going? Hope you hit far and straight. And this is from the Jester. To be or not to be? That is the question. All right. So this is why the Jester is called the Jester. All right. He's doing a little Hamlet on us over there. Thank you for that. Okay. What's your pleasure, James?
I'm going to hit a driver straight away.
All right. And your roll is a 36.
14.
All right. And you got 5 extra carry on the wind. So you go 260, right 30. Let's see here. I got to remember what's what here with all these little icons. 260, right 30, 10, 20, 30, and then you would get 15 roll because you're in the rough. And you're going to get that 15 roll, but then you're going to be blocked by trees.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to dial it down. I'm going to go with the 4 wood and aim 5 left. There's a part of me that wants to go with a 2 iron, but let's just do the 4 wood. 35 is a 2. I got no wind. So 255, right 5 with 15 roll. All right, so I'm sitting there in the fairway. There we go. And you're going to be up. The Jester's playing APBA baseball on us. Well, this is opening day for everybody but the Dodgers and the Cubs. So it's certainly appropriate.
I'm going to try and work the ball around the trees.
Okay, so we're going to be hitting around the trees. That's going to cost you 20 yards in an aiming distance adjustment. And so that changes your carry objective to a 190.
Okay. So I will hit I hit the 2 iron.
All right. And how much do you want to work the ball?
Let's try 5s are pin, right?
Yeah. Yes. And 2 irons are a little bit restrictive. So your maximum work the ball with a 2 iron is 20 yards.
Okay, let's do the 20.
Full 20, and you'll do that to the right, of course, because it's the opposite of the left adjustment over here. You all set?
Yep.
All right. So, I didn't see this to mention it, although the carry objective would have taken this into account. You have essentially a good lie in the rough, so you get an extra 10 carry, but the carry objective would have factored that in.
Okay.
So 25 is your roll.
25 is a 4, and work the ball is a 4.
I forgot about the work the ball.
I do that all the time.
So 455 left 20.
Hey guys, can I pause you?
Yeah.
James, are you using 2024 card or 2023 card?
2024.
And the 25 I've got he's a 2 on a 25 roll. Did I miss that?
Yeah, I've got a 4.
Yeah, I've got a 4 as well.
Wonder what I've got Rory's 2024.
No, he's Scheffler.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please excuse me.
No, that's fine. I thought maybe we were going to have like a rare APBA card here that could be worth something on eBay. But okay, all right.
I think I'm in the sand trap.
455 left 20. Okay, so this is 25, 35, 45, 55, 10, 20. Yeah, so you're not going to get any roll. But
right.
We'll just go ahead and put you right there. All right. All right, and all right. So I've got a carry objective of 175. I've got this tailwind, so I want to knock this down. I don't have the ideal club for this, so I'm gonna hit a I'm going to hit a 6-iron knockdown because I want to get this on the green if possible. $56. I don't know if that's going to work. 16. So it's not. 425, left 15. And then I'm going to roll. I'm going to be on the fairway. I'm going to roll 5. So I'm sitting right there. Just didn't get all of it. All right, so you have a sand trap buried. You can play safe or aggressive from there.
I'll play safe.
All righty. Okay, and you're 15, and you want to use a sand point or not?
Yes.
All right. So that means you'll be hitting from the fairway column. 24 in the I, or excuse me, in the A.
It's a 5.
All right. So because of your lie, you're going to get some additional yardage or distance. So you've got a 22-foot putt after all the calculations are done. All right. 15 in the fairway. I need to mark your sand point.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, I'll get that in a bit. 31 is a 2. So I'm going to be uh, 5 feet away. I lost my focus there. All right. And before I do anything, let me just come over here and. All right, we're both on the green. And you're at 22 feet. Go or play safe.
Go.
45.
That is a 17. I don't think that's gonna do it.
3 feet. From 5 feet. 34. That may not do it either. 26. Ah!
Oh.
All right,
Go.
3 feet for you.
Yeah, go for it. 1.
Oh boy, I gave a hole away there. All right. So we're even. All square, I guess, is the term. I'll put that in there in your box. All right. Okay. So let's go to hole number 2. Boy, that's painful when you miss a 5-foot putt. All right, so we got a little bit of a tailwind here, carry of 5, and there's no hole notes here other than the dog leg, which is way out there at 465, and it's a gentle dog leg anyway. So you're going to be up again.
I'm gonna hit a 3-wood straight away.
And I'll just quick show the hole. There we go. There's that 465. Well, I guess that's the 465. There's another one here, obviously, at 315. Let's see if that one is indicated here. Yeah, so there is a dog leg left that's gentle at 315. But again, gentle dog legs don't come into play for us. All right, 3-wood straight away at 12.
22.
All right. So 255, right 45. And you're going to bounce.
Oh, that's right.
Because I think we're using the tree bounce rule. I believe that's the spot right there. Well, it's in that general vicinity. Let's do the tree bounce. No change. So you just sit there. But you'll be in just in the regular rough because you're
Right.
less than a full square in. And Joe, you're commissioner tonight. So if I mark the ball wrong, which I'm known to do, feel free to jump in and let me know.
You got it, guys.
Okay. All right. Well, I am going to hit a driver here. 56, 14. So 260 right 30. And that's fairway.
Yeah.
And then 30 roll, 10, 20, 30. So I think I'm in intermediate rough. What do you think, Joe? 290 right 30.
290 right 30 is barely in the intermediate.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You're going to be up. If you manage to reach the green, you're going to get an extra 5 green roll. The ball's above your feet. Carry objective 335. So you're not going to reach the green.
Let's go with the 2-iron.
All right. Anything else?
No, it's a
43.
man. It's a 31.
So 285 left 10. 285. I think I meant 485. Yeah, 485 left 10. And then I think it was 20 roll. I'll double check that, but yeah. Good shot. Except you're going to be short-sighted, but
Yes.
okay. 295. So I'll just hit a 4-wood and hope I keep it out of those trees. 45 is a 2. And so that's 540 right 10 with 15 roll. I think I'll be happy with that. 540 right 10, 15 roll. Yep. Okay, you're 75 yards away.
And I'm aiming on the center line, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go
Just
ahead and back
side.
it up 1, go to 575.
And at 75, I always get confused where you have to be at 75 or 80. I think you can work the ball in that situation. Well, let's take a look here. Yeah, so you can work the ball up to 10 yards if you want. Back it up.
Yeah, back it up and then let's work the ball left 10.
So 575 left 10.
Yes.
I'm putting it in the aim. For some reason, I clicked and it didn't go. Why is it not letting me go in there? Oh, you know why? Because now by backing it up, your call distance is now 70.
Oh, okay.
So what would you like to do?
I need it backed up. Otherwise, I might go past the green. So I'll just shoot it straight.
Okay. $52 in the A column.
10.
570 left 5. Right there.
I believe that's 1 and 2.
1 straight,
One.
2 diagonals.
Yep. $43 feet.
All right, I have a good angle. Let me look at the approaches board here. Hitting from the east, so this assumes I'm hitting from the south. So left, right, 5. Wow, there's no really great spot here. Wow. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to change the path to the south. And I'm going to target this spot right here. And Joe, you'll have to decide whether or not, if it goes up here, whether that's off the green or not. All right. So let me make that 15. You know, the other thing I didn't even think about for your shot, James, we had some wind right now. The wind is off for me because I'm so close. I didn't pay attention to whether you would have had wind effects to deal with. But you know, if anything, it was a tailwind, right? So, and you ended up short. So, if it was on, it helped you.
I don't think it was on. I looked.
I don't think it was. It would be cut in half at 70 yards and rounded down. All right. So, okay, 45 is a 3. Okay, this should be great. 0 right or left, so I can put it right on the pin. 5 feet.
Nice shot.
Yes.
Okay. 43 feet, go or safe?
I got to go.
I've shown I can't guarantee a 5-footer, but 51.
17.
4 and 5 feet, no more 34s. 14, that's a 14. That's in.
You're in.
All right, and then you'll concede that putt. All right, so I, meaning Rory, is now 1 up. And I can end up using one of my 2 momentums if I decide I want to go that route. Let's load the right course here. Number 3. Okay, and let me get the hole ready. No more, we have no hole notes on this one either. Let me show the hole. Here's our hole, pin location back here. This is again a gentle dog leg. So a short par 4, but narrow, really narrow. All right, what am I going to do? No wind. I'm going to hit a 2-iron. It's one of these things where I'm tempted to bomb it. But if I get, well, the issue for me is, maybe I shouldn't think out loud here. If you get too close and you're short-sighted, you can't work the ball. But let's do this. Let's just do a 2-iron. At least I can, if I get one of those nasty rolls, I can convert that to a average W. But I didn't. 55 is a 1. So a driver would have been great in this instance because it would have gone left and it would have gone long, but I'm not going to complain. 240 on the center line. And then I'm going to get 20 roll. So I'll have a good angle at 260 on the center line.
What was your thought with the momentum? Just only having 2, you wanted to keep it in your bag?
Yeah, I'm thinking like John. You know, it's early days, right? All right, so what did I say? 260 on the center line. 260. All right.
I will use momentum or a bounce back. I mean,
Bounce back. You got plenty.
and I'll use the driver straight away.
13.
I am using the bounce back.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay.
So I get the 5.
5. And reduce.
Yes.
So 260, left 10, roll 25. So 285, left 10, fairway. So right there, good angle. All right, I'm going to be far 100 to the pin. Let's look at the approaches. Good shot puts me right on the pin. Short left, which is fine. Long right is probably off the green.
Yeah, long right would be fairway.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so I've got 2 and 3 chances. I'm not counting up the numbers of 2s and 3s and 4s. I'm gonna go for it. 23 is a 3. That should put me right on the pin. 360 right 10. That's on the pin. 5 feet again. All right. 80 yards for you.
I'm just going to go for it.
45.
That is a 5.
So 355, right 5, and I believe that's 1 diagonal. Should be right there.
Yep.
Eight feet. That's not bad for a
That's
diagonal.
good. Yes, that's very good for a diagonal.
All right. So you're going for it?
Yep.
16.
25.
2 feet. All right. I need a 5-footer again. 13, 25. It's good for a par, but I need it. Daggone it. And 62, I'm sure that's in.
11.
Daggone it. 2 5-footers have cost me. So I stay one up. And I can, as I'm doing this, as I'm playing, this is the beauty of APBA golf, really. I'm fairly critical of the game and things I think could be better and all that. And people might get the impression that I don't like the game. Well, if I didn't like the game, why would I go to this trouble, right? I love the game, but one of the I'm as visual as anybody else, right? So as I'm missing these 5-foot putts in my mind, I can see the expression on Rory's face. He's just kind of biting down on his lower lip, and thinking, okay, I'll get him on the next one, but would prefer it to be otherwise. All right, so hole number 4. No wind again. This is going to be a par 3, but tee shots are going to carry 10. So let me go ahead and put that in before I forget about it. So that's going to make our carry objective 225 on this hole. And our pin's right behind this bunker, but it's on the center line.
Pin 5 placement has not been friendly on any of the holes.
No, it hasn't. All right, so 225 with no wind. 4-iron. If I go left, I'm on the green. If I go right, I'm in the bunker. 3-iron is green either way, but I probably roll maybe even off the green. But all right, I'm gonna do the 3-iron and hope I don't roll like doubles or something. Let's see here. 65. That's a 3. So 220 left 5, and then 15 roll. I think that'll be because I'm on the fairway, I think.
I think you're one square off
Wow.
or one line.
Wow. Yeah, I'd like to say that was great strategy, but it was luck. One straight. 8 feet. Well, at least it's not 5 feet. Okay. You're up, James.
Okay. Jeez. I'll hit a 5-wood straight away.
14.
God, these rolls are just terrible. 11.
240 left 25. No one has ever written to thank me for a great dice roller. It's never happened. And I'm not holding my breath. All right, 240, 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20. Are you in that bunker?
I think so.
His 66 roll looks good there, James.
All right, you're 25 to the pin. Obviously a good angle because it's on the center line.
I want to shoot for 240.
From the west?
Yes.
Okay, 25. 15.
That's a 3.
All right. So you're going to get it right on the pin.
Okay.
4 feet. Good
On a
recovery.
rope behind you.
And you didn't even have to use a sand point. All right. So let's see if I can make an 8-footer.
Yeah.
14. That should be in. 14. All right. So you have to concede that one. All right. 2 up. Hole 5. And now we've got a little bit of a headwind, losing 5 yards. And tee shots that land left of the center line bounce 5 yards left. And I've got that indicated with a little yellow arrow. That it's just a sticker that I stuck on the course years ago, and just to remind me, because I am prone to forgetting hole notes. And even with that sticker, I've been known to forget to do that. All right. So, and that, see, we got a dog leg here at 210. Oh boy. So if you go, this is the modified dog leg. So it's going to be affected either way. These shots are going to be pushed right after you get past 210. Wow. Well, distance is not an issue for Rory. So I'm just going to hit a 4-iron. And again, I could use a momentum here. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, so 64 is a 2. All right, so this goes 205, right 5, and then rolls 10, because that's fairway. So I'm at 215, right 5. I didn't roll far enough past it to even make a difference. All right. All right, you're up.
I'm going to hit a 2-iron. Oh, I'm sorry, at 5-wood. Let's hit a 5-wood. And I will aim left 5.
25.
That's a 4. I might go way right.
225, right 10, and then just 10 roll. So you should be okay. So 235, right 15. That's fairway. So nobody hit the left of the center line there. 235, right 15. You're right there.
Yeah.
All right, so 255, 2 iron, could be too much. 3 iron. Yeah, I'm going to go with the 3 iron just in case he hits it long. .41. He did 2. I think that 2 iron would have probably been okay. 430, right 5. And that hits fairway with 15 rolls. So I'm going to be a little bit short here. So I'm going to be a diagonal and 1, 2, 3 straights. Maybe a little too conservative there. 57 feet.
I'm going to hit the 5 wood.
Oh, Kerry objected 240. Sorry.
Yeah. Just hit it straight away.
53. You're going to be short too. Yeah.
It's an 8.
All right. 430, right 10. That's fairway. And then 10 roll. You may not be on the green.
I think I'm just off.
430, right 10, 10 roll. Yep. Sitting right there. Now you could putt from there if you want,
Oh,
as you all know, but that would be quite a putt, wouldn't it? All right. So 25 to the pin.
just go right at it.
53.
4.
Yeah. That's usually not bad for an approach shot. Let's see. So 470. So you're going to be 1 straight away because that's 465.
Yeah.
And that's on the green. So 10 feet. All right. 57. I'll play safe. 15 is a 12. All right. 2 feet. You're at 10 feet.
Go.
54. Ooh.
31.
Yeah. All right. 4 feet. You're up again.
Go.
16.
25.
Yeah. A lot of APBA golf comes down to putting, doesn't it? 42 is a 23. In. Okay. All right. 3 up. Hole 6. Joe's being kind of quiet here tonight. I don't know. I assume he's still on our connection.
Yeah, Scheffler's got all those bonus points. I think they're going to start coming out of the bag.
Yeah.
I have to, the way these dice are rolling.
Hole 6. No wind again. And tee shots carry 10. All right. Let me show the hole. All right. Another par 3. There's our pin location again behind a bunker. And it looks like I'm up here, right? And do I want to use a momentum? Let's see. No, because I'm going to go right anyway, because that's an even number, and I'd be using an iron. So the answer is no. Do I want to work the ball left? He has a B rating left, so I don't get the advantage of that modified work the ball A rating. Let's see what I want to do here. So 165, no wind. So I'm going to do 8 iron, work the ball left 5. .24, oh, that's a 17. 16 is a 14. Maybe they'll cancel each other out here. Nope. 155, right 15. This is a terrible shot. It happens to hit fairway, and I get 5 roll. I don't know. Well, the only good news is I'll have a good angle, and I'm in the fairway. So I am at 160, right 15.
All right, I'm going to work the ball left 5.
All right, yeah, and you're not taking your bounce back.
No,
Okay.
they don't work very well on par 3s.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to hit a 7 iron, knockdown 7 iron.
And you do have that A rating. All right, 22 is your shot number.
It's a 3.
All right, and then 54 is your work the ball number.
17.
Whoops, wrong number. All right, so 175 left 15. That's green with no roll. You're 1 straight away.
Nice shot, James.
Now, 54 didn't really hurt you.
I'm surprised.
So 10 feet away. All right. Let's see. Let me move that to the south. Approaches. Well, because of this left-right 5, I'm just going to gamble at this point. All right. So I'm going to do 175 left 5 hitting from the south. And that's 25 to 45. 12. And that gamble does not pay off. 13. 170 on the center line, and I'm a diagonal and a straightaway. 27 feet. I'll go for it. 45, 17. I'll be 3 feet. You're 10 feet.
Go.
Double ones. There you go.
3.
All right. Don't complain about those dice rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you got that hole. Whoops. I got to record something here. Oh, concede putt. All right. 2 up for me. Hole 7. No wind again. All right.
Wow.
And no hole notes. And I'll show the hole here. Our pin location back here. Just a straight fairway with trees on both sides.
I'm going to use momentum, and I'll hit driver straight away.
Yeah, this is where it can snowball on you.
Yes, take it.
Yeah, sorry, I assumed you would. 260 left 10, 25. So 285 left 10 fairway. I'm going to hit a 4-wood. 66. is a 1. 265, left 5, roll 15. So 280, left 5, fairway. Okay, 165. We're both short-sided. Work the ball left 5. 8 iron. 22. Probably went too far. 1 and then 23 is 14. So 450 left 5. And then no roll. So I'm going to be a diagonal and a straight. That's 450 left 5. I think. 31 feet.
Work the ball left 5.
And you're 160.
I'll hit a knockdown 7 iron.
43.
That's a 3.
And 14.
14 is a 15.
Wow, look at this. 450, left 15, no roll. You're going to be 1 straight.
Beautiful.
Your working the ball has worked out beautifully for you right there. With not great rolls. All right, you're 11 feet away. It gives me some hope. 31 feet, I'll play safe. 35, it's a 15. 1 foot.
Go for it.
15, that's going to be in.
9.
All right, you got it.
Just like that, that 3-point lead has evaporated to 1.
All right. Yeah, this is where it can snowball with all those momentums. Okay, hole number 8. What do we got here? No wind again. It's amazing for a blustery day. And shots that land to the right of the green bounce 5 yards right. Well, that'll be on our second or subsequent shots. Okay, come on, autofocus. There we go. So that's up here. Meanwhile, we got this. That's 275 at that point right there. All right, and you're going to be up.
I'm not going to use a momentum. I'm going to hit let's hit a 5 wood straight away.
65.
It's a 6. Might hit that little tree.
220 right
Past
10.
that.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Plus 10. So 230 right 10 fairway. And this is a par 5, right? Okay. Four wood. That may be too much club, but 16, 11, 240 left 30. And then I think I'm just going to get 10 roll because I'm in the rough. .250 left 30, regular rough. .355.
check the yardage distance calculator to 450.
Sure. 220.
Ooh. Okay, let's hit a 2-iron. Straight away.
24.
It's a 5.
You going to take it?
Yes.
So 440 on the center line with 20 roll. So 460 on the center line. That's fairway. Yep, nice shot. So Joe, are we playing that if I hit across, it's a par 5, can I aim across the center line on this one?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to hit a 4-wood. And how much I got to aim here? Oh, I'll aim 20 right. .46 is a 32. So I went way right. 480 right 35 with 35 roll. Right there, I believe. And I'm right at the center line, but I'm not right at the green, so I didn't add the additional 5. So 515 right 35, and that's where I got it. $125.
I'm going to hit a, boy. Let's just hit a gap wedge. And I'll work the ball left 5.
You have a good angle.
Oh, I'll aim 5.
Anything else?
That's it.
45.
That is a 5.
So 580 left 10, and you back up 5 if you're on the green. So I think you hit here and bounce to there. Is that right, Joe?
Where do you end up at? 5.
You would be just off the green. He would have landed on the pin 3 location, I believe, at 580.
Oh, and then backed it up.
Oh, no, it's left 5, not left 10. My bad. My bad. So you would have hit here and backed up. Let's see. What was the shot? 580 left 10. Oh, it is left 10. 580 left 10. I got that right.
Yes.
Yeah. So it would have hit pin location 3 and backed up 5 because of the 5 green roll here.
Yeah.
So you're just off the green. 575 left 10 in the fairway. All righty. Pass. Sounds. Approaches. All right. I'm going for the pin. At 80. .31 is a 2. So 580 left 10. And I'm going to be on pin 3, so I'm going to be one diagonal. $12 feet. Whoops, I got to do ball and green.
Oops, delete that line there.
Yeah, I forgot the caddy changed.
Oh,
Let me go back and look and see what I did. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm not sure. I think I just clicked on the wrong thing on this screen. So why are you not on? Why is the approach caddy not on?
Might have to delete shot 3 also and place it again at 575 left 10.
Okay, let me see what happens. There we go. There we go. My miscellaneous random clicking created a problem for the game caddy, which was easily resolved. But you're 10 to the pin. You could putt from there if you want.
nah, we'll chip.
12 in the end.
14.
All right, 7 feet. Okay. I think everything's right now. All right, I'm way at 12. Let's go for it. 52, 21. I'm not putting. Fantastic. Okay, 7 feet.
Go.
46.
That's a 26.
Oh, that's going to save me. 53 for you. 13.
13.
And 41. 19. All right. All right, so I got a stroke back. Okay. All right, hole 9. For some reason I can sort of feel the tension tonight. It feels a little. I don't know if the word is competitive, but it feels like more is at stake tonight than usual. And of course, nobody except you guys know about our side bets, and it's really important for me to be able to make my mortgage payment this month. But never mind that, guys. Don't let that influence how you play. Okay. All right. So we do have a headwind tonight, or on this hole. And let me show hole number 9 here as I'm chattering away. All right, this is hole 9. Looks like we're going to have some hole notes here we'll have to deal with. A dog leg way up here that I suppose both of us, or well, certainly Rory could reach if he rolled a 43 or something. And there's that front apron where I was talking about earlier. All right, now, do I want to take a momentum? Maybe I do. Because you may take a bounce back, and I may have to take it just to maintain the status quo here. What do we got here? All right, so dog leg effects, blocked by trees, landing in fairway or rough past 245, roll an additional 20 yards. Well, that could certainly happen. Okay. And then shots that land past 435 and short of the green roll backwards 20 yards. And shots that land on the green and short of pin 2 roll backwards 10 yards. All right, that's for our second shots. So I think I am going to take my momentum here. And hopefully the headwind won't punish me for doing that. And that'll give me a 1. Man, is that 1? That 1's not going to put me in the trees, is it? No. 1. Well, it could depending on what the headwind is. Take the shot. I'll reduce it. Oh, I just lost distance. That's okay. So 280 left 10. That's intermediate rough. So Joe, it didn't land in the fairway. It landed in intermediate rough. So I assume I don't get that that extra 20 roll.
Well, we're ignoring the TC note, so it says tee shots landing in the fairway or rough. So you get it.
Oh, it does. All right, yeah, okay. So got it. Yep. All right. So I could add 20 fairway roll here, but I'll just do it in my head. So that'll make that 50 roll. All right, so 330 left 10. I like this, having this commissioner. This is a great concept. It takes a lot of pressure off of me to have to make these decisions. 330 left 10 sitting right there.
Nice shot. I will use a bounce back.
I figured.
And I'll hit driver and I'll reduce it.
And you got no wind. So 255 left 10. So you're going to get 45 roll. So 300 left 10. But you're going to be an intermediate or up, I think.
I think so too. Yep.
All right. 155 is the carry objective. And just remember these notes up here. Shots landing longer than 435 and short of the green roll backwards 20 yards. And shots that land on the green and short of pin 2 roll backwards 10 yards. And we're at pin location 5, which is short of pin 2. So you could end up rolling into that bunker or elsewhere.
Yeah. I hit a knockdown 7 straight away.
51.
It's a 4.
Take your average eye or not?
Yes.
All right, so that'll put you 460 on the center line. You got a little bit of wind here, but that got removed, I think, because of the
Knockdown.
Yeah. So 460. Oh, come on, Scott. So this is at 455. So 460 is not short of pin 2. It's at pin 2. Let's see. So again, Joe, a ruling here, because it may not even make a difference in terms of the final distance from the pin, but here's 460. Does he just stay put?
Yeah, he's not short of it, so he just sits right there, one straight away.
Yeah, and if he rolled back 10, he would still be one straight.
Yeah.
Quickly played shot, and the wind helped him.
So 8 feet. Okay. So 125. All right, gap wedge knockdown. 16. Oh boy. 14. See what the wind does here. Okay, well, the wind is the least of my problems. 440 left 15. I think I get 5 roll maybe. Yeah.
440. The question is that
Short of the green, yeah.
Read your T note there, your course note. It's kind of to the left, but it is short of the green by 1 grid. Is it going to roll back?
Yeah, I think you're right. So, let's see.
Just a big uphill thing to that green, even on the left-hand side. I would think it's going to roll back.
So again, Joe, you're the commissioner here. Do I get the 5 fairway roll, or do I just roll back 20 yards and that's it?
I think you're going to roll back 20. You're not going to get the 5 forward.
All right. I think that ends up putting me right there. All right. So instead of that, I'll just put minus 20 in there. So 420 left 15 fairway. All right, I gotta make it. Let's see.
Before you take this shot, I'll say that that course note doesn't apply for short approach shots.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna aim I have a good angle. I'm going to aim 5 right here. 40 yards. 24 is a 3. It might be okay. I might put it on the pin here if I did this right. Yep, I'm right on the pin. Four feet away. But I'm sitting there 3. You're sitting there 2, 8 feet.
Go.
32.
20.
That's good enough. You win.
Nice front 9, guys. Very tight. Rory's only up 1.
All right. Hole 10. Have either of you guys been to Augusta National? I mean, for the Masters or any other occasion?
I have not.
I was at Thursday's round in 1996. That's the year, you guys remember, Faldo came back to beat Norman, was up 6 going into Sunday, but I went to Thursday's round for that tournament.
All right. I have never been to Augusta National. I had a stepdaughter who lived in Augusta for a number of years. And at the time, she was in her late 30s, early 40s. And what they would do is they would rent their house out to businesses that wanted to use it for their corporate clients, right? And even back then, she was getting $1,000 a day with a 1 week minimum to rent out her home. And then, they would just leave town and go on vacation and essentially have it paid for and more, during that time. Clearly, not so much golf fans, but more fans of Airbnb. Okay, you're up. Headwind, hole 10.
Oh, I'm just going to hit a 3-wood straight. I'm not going to use the momentum.
And this is a gentle dog leg at 275. Tee shots that land left of the center line and in the fairway roll an additional 20 yards. And there's a little note there about missing grid sections, which speaks to the age of the boards. Okay. 63.
That is a 6.
All right. So 235, right 10, which is fairway, and then 20 roll. 255, right 10, fairway.
A quick question on Scheffler's momentums. Is that 1 accurate, or have you used 2?
I don't know.
I've only one.
Last hole. I can't remember if you used 1 before that.
I've used bounce backs more than I've used.
Yeah, I think this is accurate, but I couldn't swear to it.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm keeping an eye on those since I expect them to be my undoing. Okay. All right. I'm just getting in a driver. See what happens. 46, 32. So I went right at the center line. 285, right 20. And I may roll into trees here, won't I? Daggone it. So 285, 10, 20. So I'm going to get, what, you think 15 roll, or do I go past that? I don't skirt it, I don't think.
15, and it looks like there's a part of the tree hanging out there. 15
Catches me, yeah, 300. So I lose a lot of roll, but I'm not blocked or anything, so. 300, right 20. but I will be in the rough. All right, 250.
Let's go with 5 wood, and I'll aim left 5.
Double ones.
That's a 2.
No wind. Okay, so 500 right 5.
Right 5.
And 10 roll. So a diagonal and 2 straights. $42 feet. Good shot, really. Especially with a headwind that's variable.
The pros are very happy with par in this hole in real life.
Boy, do I want to try to knock down a 5-iron. I'm gonna be so short. No, I think I'm just gonna hit it and hope the wind doesn't get me. I will aim left 5s as well. 42 is a 2, and I will take the reduction. No, wait a minute. I'm in the rough. I'm going to do a no change on that, I think. Yeah. And I did get a little wind, so it pushed me even farther. I should have taken it anyway. I couldn't remember if it was 10 to the left or 15. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. 490 left 20. And then do I get what, 10 roll? No, 5 roll. But I'm in the fairway. And 10 to the pin. All right. Let me take a look at this. Whoops. I'm at 495 left 20. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to putt from there. $22. Maybe I should have. That's a 1. So 5 feet.
Let's
All
go
right, 40.
safe.
Safe, yeah. 25.
That is a 14.
That's a great number. 2 feet. 36. Oh boy. 24. And 2 feet. 23.
23 is 21.
All right.
Rory up 1, going to the 11th. This is getting exciting. Coming around Amen corner now, fellas.
All right. That's 11, 12, and 13, right? Amen corner.
Yep.
All right, crosswind left. Tee shots landing in fairway roll 10 yards. So that's conditional. We'll have to wait to see what happens with that. Hopefully I can remember. Here's what the hole looks like. And water up here on the left and back. All right, you're up.
I'm going to aim right 5. I'm going to hit a 3 wood.
Double ones.
It's a 2.
So no wind. 265 right 15. think that's fairway, and then 25 roll. 290 right 15.
Gotta add
And
10
I get,
fairway
yeah,
roll.
I get 10 extra.
Thank you. 300 right 15. All right. Great shot, man. Mm. I'm going to hit a driver. Just try to get as much distance as I can. 61, 3, left 20. 270, left 35.
Oh, gosh.
And tree bounce is not going to help me. Ball bounces back 5 yards and to the right. Okay. Well, I'm still stymied. So I'm sitting there. Okay. Play aggressive. I don't think this is going to be anywhere close, but let me look. Yeah. Let's do a 7-iron. Looking around to see if there's anything else I need to be aware of. 21 is a 3. That's a remarkable number for that. But lost 85 yards. Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. That's what you get playing aggressive. Although he has a great scramble number, you would have thought I could have avoided major trouble. 335, right 10 with 5 roll. So 340, right 10. That'll be the fairway. Well, I'm really having trouble seeing this. Okay. All right, you're up.
I'm at a 2-iron.
220 is your carry objective. 2-iron?
Yeah. Ooh. Get too much wind, I'll be in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just hit it straight.
56.
That's a 15.
And you went left 30. Wow. So you may not be in the water. I mean, who
On
knows?
the other side
Or
of
you
it.
may be in a different body of water. Yeah. So 500 left 50.
No, I'm going to be in the water.
Yeah, you plunked right there. Let me get my little marker here. And let me get a straight edge. Move my ball out of the way. And you hit from right there. All right, so if we draw back this way, okay. So your first drop point, and again, this is up to Joe, but I would say that looks like it's in the water still, but right there would be your first drop point. Are you
That's
comfortable with
fine.
that?
Yeah, let's put it there.
Okay. And that looks like it's 480, 10, 20. 20, 30, 45 left. Well, let's record the shot first. And I think that's going to be regular rough. And the question is, are you blocked by trees? But that's Joe's call.
No, I don't think there's a full tree square lining up to the front of the green. He's good.
Okay. All right, let me put his ball marker there. All right, and I'm back here at 340, right 10. Which is 175. With a crosswind left. So I'm going to hit a 7-iron knockdown. 21. That's a 3. And I got more left. So 505 left 10. But I think, is that going to be in the water? Or is that, it's really close.
I think it hit the green. Let me get on my magnifying glass.
It's either green or rough, I guess.
If it's 10 yards short, it's green.
Yeah, it is 10.
Yeah.
It's at 505. Well, let's see what green roll, if any, I get. None. So I'm going to be a diagonal and a straight away. Wow. Living on the edge, literally. So 26 feet. And you're 50 short-sided from the rough and from the west.
Let's go right at it.
$13.
It's a 4.
So 520 left 5, which should be 1 straight away. 12 feet. All right. 26, play it safe. 33, yeah. 7.
That's an 8.
No, it's my roll.
Oh, sorry.
I have a tap in from there. Okay.
Okay.
So 12 feet, you need to make this to tie.
Go for it.
42.
23.
Oh, you almost had a chance to tie him on a water shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I've lost track. Is it 2 up now?
I think so.
Yeah, Rory's 2 up going to the 12th hole.
All right. Well, so the trees didn't end up being my undoing, but I certainly made it interesting with my approach shot. Okay. Hole 12. All right, carry of 5. Tee shots landing short of the green, but not in the bunker. Roll backwards 5 yards. Right. And I want to use my last momentum here? And again, I've got an even number here. Which is unfortunate, right? It puts me way over here. Ah! And you will end up using your bounce back probably no matter what. Who knows? 145. Pitching wedge is going to roll backwards 5 yards. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use it because I want to be able to work the ball. So I'm going to do a pitching wedge and work the ball 10 to the left. Yeah. 43. That's an 11. That usually goes long. 63. It's a 16. Oh boy. So I didn't go long. I'm going to be just, well, I'm going to roll into the water, I bet. 135 left 10. Daggone it. Because I roll backwards. Right into the water. Now, the question becomes, if you cross a body of water and then roll back into it, are you able to drop here? Okay, or do you have to drop on the other side of the body of water?
I think if you got over it, that you can drop on the other side.
What say you, Commissioner?
I think watching it always on TV, when they roll it back in, they still have to hit from a drop zone that's like it's 75, right? 20 or so is where they normally hit it. We should have talked about that before, but I would say you're going to, any balls in the water hit from the drop zone, 75, right? 20.
Okay. So that would be right there.
Yep.
All right. I'm comfortable with you. What I think it's a foregone, unless he puts his in the water, playing conservatively. I think this hole's going to belong to you. But let me go ahead and record that shot.
Either way, you're still within 100, got a good angle. So it's, let's see what James can do here. This is an important shot for you, buddy.
I'm going to use a bounce back. And I'm going to hit a 9-iron.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right. So that's a 4.
Yep. Don't reduce it. No change. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Do you want to undo what you did, or?
Well, I was thinking it was the 5 and it would go left, but it was the 4. So
Oh, I wasn't even thinking. So
Yeah, let's let him reduce it.
all right. So
Take him left 5.
there we go.
Now, the
next.
question is, and I'm gonna this is gonna be a group discussion. Look at the intersection of that and tell me if that's on the green or in the rough. It's right on. It's close.
You're the commissioner.
Yeah, just make a decision.
Yeah.
I'll live with it.
Say, since that intersection, it's so thick of a line, part of it's touching the green. We're giving the benefit to the golfer. He's one straight away with the putt.
All right. 7 feet. I don't think it's going to make a big difference here. Okay. So now I got to drop my ball. Let's close this. I didn't place the ball. So we said 75, right? 20. And I could just concede the hole, but maybe I'll put it in.
Yeah, you can give it a shot.
And am I hitting from the fairway there? Is that, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, fairway.
That's fairway.
80. And we'll just go right at it from south. 80. 46. Oh, 36.
That might go. That might go in. Oh no, 36.
Popo's die roll.
Good shot.
5 feet. Again. Yeah, it was a great shot. Too little, too late. All right. 7 feet.
Go.
33. All right, we got that out of the
8.
way. All right.
Got a 1-shot lead going to 13. Rory's up 1. James has got the tee box.
Wow.
I'm ready to say amen already.
Yeah, I know. I was
You're not
thinking
even
at the
through.
last hole.
13. All right, no wind. All right, and Got some hole notes here. So shots landing between the creek and the green do not roll. Okay. Play all pine needles and azalea bushes as sand. All right. Which we can talk about whether that's sand column or sand lies. We'll figure all that out if and when the time comes. All right. So you're going to be up and I'll show the hole. Here we go. Gotta thread the needle here, and you got 2 dog legs. The first of which is 200 yards away, and it's severe.
That's a severe one.
Yep.
Wow. I'm going to hit a 3-wood. Actually, I'm going to hit a 3-wood, but I want to use a momentum point. Yeah, make sure you mark it. So I get
All
a
right.
5.
5. Yeah. Thank you.
And reduce it.
245, right 40.
I went that far, right?
Yep. Yeah, because it's a severe dog leg, and you went well through it.
Where am I at? 245.
Right 40. So you're going to get a tree bounce here. Five yards to the left. So is he under a tree, Joe, or what do you think?
It's 1 full square of tree and just a hair more, so he's under a tree.
Yeah, this hole, again, to me, falls into the category of being a bit unfair. It's way harder for APBA golfers than it is real golfers because of these dog legs. And, and depending on whether you're using the original or modified setting, at least with the original setting, half the time you can get a break, right? Because you go through the outside of the dog leg. Okay. I'm going to hit a 4-iron. Is that too much club? I'm going to hit a 5-iron, which would never, I don't think, ever happen in real life. But 13 is a 3. So this goes 190 left 5 with 5 roll. I'm in the fairway. And there's my ball right there. But, you play the game as it is. And I'm still up here. And let me take a look at 475. That's 280. I'm not going to make that probably. And we established that I can hit across the center line. So I'm going to aim 20 to the right. Let's change this to layup. 20 to the right. And I'm going to hit a 2-iron. .45 is a 2. So I'm going to go 420, right 25. And I think I got 20 roll. It's either 20 or 25. Yeah, 20. So 440, right 25. And you can play safe back to the center line or aggressive.
I'll play aggressive.
Maximum club 5-iron.
Yeah, let's hit the 5-iron.
22.
That's a 3.
And you got away with it there. So 410, right 10, which is fine, and 5 roll. So 415, right 10, fairway.
Let's watch these approach shots.
There we go. Good recovery. You're going to be up 100 yards.
Let's go at it.
32.
13.
520 on the center line. So that's 510, 520. So a diagonal and a straight.
Yep.
It's a good safe play. 26 feet. And a similar situation, 80. Look at the approaches here. Yeah, I'll go at it too. $25 is a 2. So 505 left 10, which should be a diagonal. Nine feet. 26 feet.
I'm going to go for it.
Wow. Wow.
7.
How
Wow.
about that? Bravo. What a putt.
Wow.
Woo.
And if you had played it safe, it would have just been a tap in. Wow.
That's
Well,
awesome.
well timed. All right, 9 feet. 35. That's okay.
Yeah,
15.
you're gonna.
All right. I'm happy to be all square with you on that one.
Good birdie, both of you.
Amen. Okay. Hole 14. A lot of strategy going on that hole. Okay, no course notes. Good.
I'm going to aim right 5.
All right, let me show the hole here real quick.
Oh, okay.
All right. And that's a gentle dog leg at 220.
Yeah, I'm going to hit a 3-wood.
44.
That is a 3.
250 left 10. That looks like fairway, and then 25 roll. So 275 left 10. Well, there's not a lot of room over there, but you managed to
Just barely squeak
squeeze it
by.
in. 275 left 10 right there in the fairway. Wow. Oh, I didn't notice this headwind.
I know. I just saw it too after I looked up.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna go 10 right. Hit a driver. 61 is a 3. No wind. Okay, so 270 left 5 with 30 roll. So 300 left 5 fairway. All right. You're up 170.
We got potential headwind.
And we're both short-sided.
I'm gonna do a knockdown 6-iron. Just straight away.
26.
That's a 12.
Oh, that is a great shot. Hopeless dice roll. 11 feet. Wow.
There comes Scotty.
And not this Scotty. The other Scotty. Okay, 11 feet. All right, let's see here. 145. Ah. 9-iron knockdown. 56, not a good roll. 16. 425, left 15. I get 5 roll. I'd probably make it to the green.
Yeah, that's on, isn't it?
2 diagonals and a straight.
It's on.
So 46 feet for me. I'll still play it safe. 62, 15.
Go for it.
24.
28.
Wow. I feel I got lucky there. 54. Uh-oh.
31.
Oh, wow. Wow.
My putting has not been good today.
So 2 up. Am I right, Joe?
I think so.
And again, I could just scroll backwards on here to determine it, but
2 up with 4 to go.
wow. Hole 15. All right. Do I use my momentum? You're going to use a bounce back for sure.
I think I've only got 1 left.
Yeah. So I feel like I have to use my momentum because of that. So, all right, we'll hit a driver. And then I'm going to get some stuff here. Tee shots landing in fairway, roll an extra 10 yards. And then shots that land between the lake and the green, roll backwards 5. Shots that land behind the green, roll an additional 10 yards. Okay, so I'll probably get 10 yards roll here. So 1. I'm not going to roll all the way up to the tree, am I? I don't want to get blocked by this tree. So I'm going to get an extra, I'm going to get 40 roll. So 325 left 10. God, I may end up blocked.
No, I don't think so, because I think there isn't a full square, is there? It's up to Joe. I don't think so.
No, there can't be because of the, well, unless we say that, well, this is Joe's call, whether that square that is at 345 is a full square or not. I don't think it is, but that's Joe's call. Is Joe there?
I agree with you that it's not full square.
I don't know if Joe can hear us. Joe, are you still with us? Yeah, he's got his thumb up and he's saying it's not blocked. Is that correct? Yeah, he's got his thumb up. So for some reason he's muted, but he's saying it's not blocked. Okay. And I can see him on my second monitor. I suppose you'll just have to trust me on that. But
All right.
okay, you're up.
I will use my last bounce back.
All right, and driver.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're not going to hit it as far. 5, take a
And
shot.
then take the reduction.
260 left 10, and then 35 roll. So 295 left 10 fairway. All right. And you're going to be up again. 245 is your carry objective.
Oh. Give me the distance to 460.
165.
Okay, let's go with an 8-iron straight away.
44.
Ooh, 3.
So 455 left 5, 5 roll. That's fairway. 460 left 5 fairway. So you have a good angle. All right. 215. Well, common sense says to do what you did with me being 2 up. He has his, look at, I mean, if you look here, it's unfortunate. Again, he's one of these players, Rory's one of these players that has a lower number, if you want to think of 1 as being lower than 2, a lower number for his W than for his iron. And you end up with gaps, particularly between 4 irons and 5 irons. So there's a 20-yard gap in there. And then there's a 10-yard gap, of course, between a 3 iron and a 4 iron. And with 215, I'm going to lay up 2, but what's 475? 150. I'll hit a pitching wedge. And I'd love to end up on the left, but do I want to work the ball way over there just to be able to do that? No, I'm just playing to tie you on this hole, I think. 44 is a 1. It's going to go left. 475, left 5, back up. No, it doesn't go anywhere. Just 475, left 5, no fairway roll. So I'm in the fairway. Right there. '85, good angle.
I'm going to target, let's see what that is. 535, right 5. So 1 diagonal away from the pin.
Mm-hmm. All set?
Yep.
15.
It's a 3.
So 535, right 5. So I think you're 1 diagonal away from the pin.
Yep.
You hit it right where you targeted. 14 feet. Okay. 70. I'm going to do the same thing you did. which is now 60. .45 is a 3. I'm right or left 5. I was using a different board than you. So I'm going to be 1 straight away. I was targeting there. It ends up right there, 1 straight. Six feet. Okay, 14 feet.
Go.
63.
26.
3 feet. 6 feet. 36. 24. Daggone it.
Oh,
Right, 3 feet.
go.
51.
That's a 17.
Man, I've had so many chances to get
At
it.
least 3 that
Yeah, where I'm missing short putts. All right, but I think I'm still 2 up.
Yep. With 3 to go.
16. All righty. Hole 16. Although if I'm going to complain about my rolls, I should be thankful for some of the rolls you've had. Okay, so I'm up still. And what do we got here? Shots that land on the green left of the center line past pin 1. Roll 2 squares toward pin 3. Well, we don't want to be anywhere near there. Come on, focus. That's, if you hit here, you roll that way, but we want to be over here. We got some nasty water there. All right, I'm going to hit a 7-iron. No wind. 32. Uh-oh. 26. Oh, well, it went right. Good. 155, right 25. So, Joe, we got to tell me whether it's in pine needles or does it hit a tree? Let me see if I can help Joe out here. Oh, here we go. All right, Joe, you're on the stage now. Sorry. Can't hear him. Let me try this. Talk now.
You hit the tree.
Okay, I can hear you now. All right.
Yeah, you're gonna get a tree bounce off that. Let's see what happens to it.
Okay, thank you. Went the wrong way. Back and 5 yards to the right. All right. So,
In the rough.
okay. So here's where I ended up. I hit here, bounced back to here. That's still within a tree square, but less than a full one. So I'm in the rough and I'm not blocked to the front of the green. So just a regular rough.
I hit a 7-iron and work the ball right 5.
Come on. 53.
That is a 7.
And then 35.
That's a 4.
So 150 left 5. That may not be good.
Left 5?
Yeah.
That's in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, 150 left 5. The shot went left with the 7, right? And you worked the ball to the right, but you lost 5 yards And because it was so short, just being a little bit to the left is what put you in the water.
Okay.
So Joe needs to tell us where we should drop this ball or how he wants to play this.
Yeah, given the line, I would say drop it at 15 center line in the fairway.
Right there.
Yep. Hitting 3.
All right. All right, so we recorded that. We'll just put this over here. And you're going to be up again.
Yes, I am.
150.
Set a knockdown 8-iron and work the ball right 5.
Shot numbers are 41
That's a 5.
and then 52 for the work the ball.
A 27.
Ooh. So it went right this time. 160 right 10. And if you're on the green, you may not be. You may be in a bunker at 160 right 10. Yeah, you're right there.
Yep.
And you still got a sand point left. Okay, but I'll be up first. All right, I'm going to hit from the south. I just want to get this sucker on the green. I don't want to be over there in the water. This is really going to be conservative. I'm going to hit this at 175. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm short-sighted. Yeah, so I have to be on the center line. 12 is a 13. So 180 right 5. Three straights. $37 feet. And you're in the sand here. Oh, you have a fried egg. Safe or aggressive? Boy, when it rains, it pours.
Let's be aggressive, and I'll use the sand point.
Right. And this is from 5. Sand point. 66.
It's a 36.
That might go in. Oh, he's got
In.
He chipped it in.
The sand point is what saved you.
Yeah. Scott, you're going to be using your clutch point on the putt. It's just one clutch point, but you can use it. So if you make the putt, you win the match.
All right. I'm looking for my little thing here. There it is. Yeah, I'm going to just play it safe. 41 is a 19. It's 2 feet. 64 is a 23. So we tied that.
James, you had to make that.
Chip in a sand shot to stay alive.
Wow.
You're dormy now, right? Isn't that what they call it? When you can't lose. You could tie.
Yeah. And
What's the expression?
Tied, we'll play
Dorm?
15 again.
I think it's dormy. It's weird.
Spell it for me.
DORMIE.
Well, I learned a new word today.
I think that's what it is. I could be wrong.
I've never heard that.
I looked up because I had never played match play before, and I had to look up how to score it. I didn't understand what 3 and 2 meant. But
well, appropriately enough, we have swirling wind. And we have a typo on this course. And again, we're going to need the commissioner's ruling on this, I think. Joe, you actually have you have both Magnolias, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see what I'm looking at here. So if we look at the hole note, I could show it on the screen here if I move this up. Okay. All right. And this mark out is my handwriting. Okay. So shots that land on the green left of the center line and past it says pin 1, roll 2 squares toward pin 3. But if you look at where pin 1 is, okay, and left of the center line, there's nothing that's green. So I assumed that it meant pin 5 instead of pin 1, but that's just a guess on my part, and that's why this little yellow arrow is stuck there. So Joe, this is your tournament. You call it however you see it.
Yeah, let's do pin 5, not pin 1.
Okay. And I don't know what it says on your course board. You got yours later than mine. Maybe they've changed the.
It still says pin 1.
Yeah. Which is just, it's not possible if you're past pin 1. If you're even with pin 1, you could argue maybe these are, but those are past. All right. Come back here. All right. So we tied that hole. Wow. And this is a really narrow fairway. This is going to come down to tee shots. I'm going to hit a 2-iron. And I'm going to aim 5 left. .54. So this works out nicely. So I'll put a 24 in here, but because I used a 2-iron,
yeah,
I'm going to convert it. So 235 on the center line with 20 roll. 255 center line. All right.
That doesn't happen too often to roll a 54 and hear the next words come out of your mouth. This is going to work out nice.
yeah, I know.
Well, and it sort of did when James worked the ball on that one. I guess it was a par 3, and I thought, oh, 54, this is going to throw it way off, but it threw it right to the hole.
I'm going to hit a 5 wood.
Anything else?
We got swirling, right?
Yep.
Now just straight away.
33.
That's a 3.
And the wind got you a little bit here, but you'll be fine. 225 left 5. That's green. 10 roll. So 235 left 5 in the fairway. So 2 really good tee shots on a hole that is hard to get the ball on the fairway from the tee. And you're far 205.
I'll hit the 4-iron. I'll just go straight away.
41.
It's a 6. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 5. No, I hit the 4-iron. 6.
No wind. So 420 right 5. That may be bunker or roll into a bunker. So we got 10 roll over here. So does it roll 5 or does it stick?
Rolls 5. I don't think did it hit in the sand? Did it
well, that's what I'm
sand?
asking. That's what I'm asking.
No, I think it hit in the fairway and rolled 5. So roll at 5 and put it in the sand trap.
Okay. And he's lethal from the sand trap.
I don't have any sand points left.
Yeah, that's right. You burned your sand point there. So anyway. Well, from that distance, if you get a 26, it might be in anyway. Okay, 185, swirling wind. I got to knock this down. So a 6-iron knockdown. And this whole business of the ball rolling one square towards pin 3. I don't know what all that's even going to involve. Let's see. Again, I'm just playing conservative here. 6-iron knockdown, I think. .53, that's going to be short. That's a 5. And I got no wind. So 420 left 5. That's fairway, and I got 5 rolls. So I think I just roll up onto the green.
Crawled on.
3 straights or 2? 1, 2, 3. Right? 3 straights.
Got to chip in, James.
Yeah. Okay. So 15 is the call distance. Really nothing for you to do here. Double ones.
3.
So 4 feet. Good chip. All right. 43, play safe.
Clutch.
Thank you. 66.
Oh, wow.
A
Made
1
it. What a way to end the match.
in.
Did it 2
Yeah,
and
you
1.
can concede that to him.
Wow. I was not expecting that. I was already
Woo!
bracing for the 18th hole.
With emphasis.
I
Wow.
had to win that one or else.
So that was
Brilliant.
way more tense than I was expecting. You know, when I'm just operating the game caddy, you know, emotionally, I have nothing at stake other than the site doesn't crash. You know, that's my main concern. But tonight, I was like really into this. I mean, in a way that's a little unusual for me. So thank you for, you know, creating such a competitive match.
It was a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
I tell you, the wind was blustery, but I think a lot of the tree shots and water shots were not because of the wind. It was the dice rolls just really wreaked havoc on both golfers.
Yeah. So, you know, the only, you know, we can't really look at these stats and say that they're
Yeah.
accurate in the way that they would be for stroke play, right? But, you know, both guys did fairly well for blustery conditions. And look at this total putt length. And again, I realized that, you know, we only have 17 holes versus 18 holes. And I also realized that there were some conceded putts here. The 92 and 92 and a half feet of putt. I mean, pretty evenly played here. 69% fairways for both, 59% greens and regulations. Rory was able to stay out of the sand a little bit more than you were, but being in the sand didn't seem to hurt you that much. In fact, one might argue that you played better out of the sand. But that was fun.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
So where do we go from here, Joe?
Okay, we've got Morikawa playing McIlroy at Birthplace. We just have to schedule it, Scott. You'll play Rory again, and I'll play with Morikawa. We'll see if you can take Rory all the way to the finish line.
All righty. Well, I will be gone most of next week. So, I mean, Monday I would be available, but I think you probably have a conflict based on an earlier conversation. So it might be, you know, 2 weeks till we get to this. But, you know, other than my absence, I'm happy to flex my schedule in whatever way I can in order to make this happen.
Yeah, let's finish it in a couple of weeks when you get back, right around the time college basketball March Madness is ending. So it's kind of fitting. It'll be good.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again, James.
Yeah.
Thanks, James.
For playing
Thanks.
and being such a good competitor. always happy to have you be one of the guests here on the Game Caddy Play channel. So until next time, grip it and rip it.